the aftershock of Extreme Rules flows through the WWE. We welcome you to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is Monday Night Raw. We are hot off the heels of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, and what a night it was on Sunday night, August the 7th, at that pay-per-view in Seattle, Washington. And we're going to feel the aftermath in tonight's main event because the WWE Championship is going to be on the line. And I can't believe I'm saying these words, but the new WWE Champion all day, Austin Theory, set to defend the gold against his arch rival over the last month and change, the franchise, John Cena, one-on-one, looking to settle the score, and the gold's on the line. But that is not the only championship match we have this evening, as we are getting set to kick off Monday Night Raw with the WWE World Tag Team Championships. The Mysterios retained at Extreme Rules, but tonight they have new challengers, Dijakovic and Damian Priest.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers first, from Tingsboro, Massachusetts, weighing in at 270 pounds, Dominik Dijakovic.
We want to take you back to a couple of weeks ago right here on Monday Night Raw, when the Dominik Dijakovic and Damian Priest tag team really came together after a backstage altercation with the Hurt Business, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. A tag team matchup was made. Priest and Dijakovic, who earned respect for each other a number of months ago when the two clashed in a Money in the Bank qualifying matchup, joined forces and they were able to topple the Hurt Business, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin on that night. And it was because of that tag team win that they became next in line after Extreme Rules for a World Tag Team Championship opportunity, which they will receive right here, right now in the Music City. And Damian Priest, also hot off the heels of Saturday night's main event, we're going to get to his altercation on that night in just a moment.
And his partner from New York, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest.
So it was last Saturday night, on the return of the Saturday night's main event live special, where Damian Priest and Shelton Benjamin went one-on-one. The Hurt Business looking to settle the score with Priest and Dijakovic after that tag team matchup a number of weeks ago. And thanks to the help of Cedric Alexander throughout the contest, multiple distractions of Damian Priest, Shelton Benjamin was able to take advantage and pick up the victory over Damian Priest this past week at Saturday night's main event. So the momentum shifted a little bit in the war of worlds between the Hurt Business and Priest and Dijakovic. But all that matters for that tag team here tonight is the win they picked up a number of weeks ago. The win that got them here. The win that got them this tag team championship opportunity. And even though there clearly is a score to be settled with Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, tonight these two men must focus on the current reigning WWE World Tag Team Champions, Dominik and Rey the Mysterios. The Mysterios have been on a roll for several months, knocking down every roadblock in their path, but will they get through these two heavy hitters, Priest and Dijakovic, just hours and days after they picked up the victory over the Viking Raiders in that tables matchup at Extreme Rules?
At a combined weight of 375 pounds, they are the World Tag Team Champions, the team of Dominik and Rey Mysterio.
As we mentioned, Dominik and Rey getting that recent win and retaining the tag team championships over the former champions Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. It was a SummerSlam rematch at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. This time, tables were in play. Of course, the team that put the opponent through the table picked up the victory and would walk out the World Tag Team Championships. And there you saw Dominik Mysterio lifting Ivar above his head with that suplex through the table, allowing the Mysterios to retain the World Tag Team Championships this past week in Seattle, Washington. It is now time for their next challenge. The World Tag Team Gold is on the line. Will the Mysterios keep the momentum going, or are Priest and Dijakovic too hot for them to handle? A look at your champion and challengers. This is going to be a huge way to kick off Monday Night Raw tonight. Your first of 2 championship matches, hot off the heels of Extreme Rules. The World Tag Team Championships. Later tonight, it'll be the WWE Championship. This is going to be an amazing night on Monday Night Raw. We are live from the Music City in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's get things going inside the squared circle. Dominik Dijakovic right off the bat with that choke slam maneuver, throwing Rey Mysterio out of harm's way. Or into harm's way, I should say, in his case. It's going to be a very interesting matchup. Obviously, Dominik and Rey with the speed advantage in this contest. And I would say also the momentum advantage. Priest and Dijakovic got that tag team win a couple of weeks ago. But last time, as you saw, these men were out here in the arena. Damian Priest suffering that singles loss to Shelton Benjamin. The Mysterios have knocked down every single team that they have come across over the last number of months. You name them. Angel Garza and Humberto Correa, they defeated them. Alpha Academy, win over them. Legado del Fantasma, they've beaten them. The Viking Raiders not once but twice. Dominik and Rey, the father and son duo, who can't get any closer than that. They have been nearly unstoppable for the last several months. The reason why they are atop the World Tag Team Division right now. Dominik Dijakovic so agile and fast, able to knock down Mysterio there. Now takes the momentum back in this contest. But as we are mentioning, Dominik and Rey, their strength in this matchup is going to be their speed and agility. And that is something that Priest and Dijakovic have over a lot of teams when it comes to these matchups. So this is one case in point where that certainly won't be in their advantage tonight. Priest and Dijakovic definitely with the strength and the height advantage. The one thing we always credit them is their size and speed, especially for the ability and the size of those 2 men. It's going to be hard to find people like Dominik Dijakovic and Damian Priest walking around, not just in the WWE, but this entire world. 2 very talented men now joining forces the last number of weeks. Or do they get the job done or not? You know, eventually World Tag Team Championship gold is going to be in these men's future. And it all dates back for Damian Priest and Dominik Dijakovic, as we were mentioning, to a number of months ago. And those 2 men went one-on-one here on Monday Night Raw. It was a Money in the Bank qualifying matchup. Damian Priest picked up the win on that night. But these 2 men absolutely tore the house down here on Raw and certainly earned the respect for each other. And they joined forces when they had a common enemy in Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin in the Hurt Business. A backstage altercation from what we heard earlier in the day on Monday Night Raw a few weeks ago, leading to that tag team matchup. And of course, Priest and Dominik Dijakovic absolutely showed up and showed out on that night. And clearly impressed in their victory enough to allow management to shoot them to the top of the line and have them becoming the #1 contenders for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. And it makes a lot of sense dating back to what we said a few moments ago. The Mysterios have really beaten almost everybody in the division. They've yet to cross paths with a couple of teams, the Street Profits, the Hurt Business being 2 of them. But Priest and Dijakovic in the winning ways the last time we saw them on the same side of the ring. Especially for Dominik and Rey. It's one thing to win the championships, it's a whole nother thing to retain them. And you know challengers are going to be coming left and right when you're holding the gold. And Dominik Mysterio in, able to take the big man off his feet. And now it's Dominik versus Dominik once again in here right now. Dijakovic and Mysterio going at it. But look at Mysterio taking Dijakovic off his feet. Not even allowing him to get any offense in. Now Dominik's heading to the top rope. Dijakovic's down. Big time splash from Mysterio. And you gotta wonder the condition of Dominik and Rey coming into this matchup. You remember Extreme Rules? We talked about it on that night. We'll talk about it again here. Wait a minute, Mysterio goes for the cover here on Dijakovic, but Dijakovic has the shoulder up. We talked about it at Extreme Rules. The match between the Mysterios and the Viking Raiders. It didn't last too long, only a couple of minutes. Dominik, of course, was able to muscle up Ivar and put him through the table, allowing the Mysterios to retain the Tag Team Championships. Dominik on the outside here, dazed and confused. Looks like Dijakovic getting a full head of steam. Wait a minute! Oh my goodness! Dominik Dijakovic showcasing his attributes here, showcasing the ability, absolutely crushing Mysterio on the outside. It's going to be hard to find a big man with that full head of steam, and he does it again here. Jumping up on the top rope, springboarding off. And he didn't get all that elbow. Mysterio trying to crawl to the cover, but both men are down right now. a bit of a stalemate after those high-risk maneuvers. Absolutely impressive offense from Dominik Dijakovic here tonight on Raw. Throwing caution in the wind. Any means necessary to try to bring home the World Tag Team Championships. And Mysterio back in control at the current moment. But as we were going to mention before Dominik Dijakovic took flight just a moment ago, you gotta wonder the condition of Dominik and Rey after their Extreme Rules matchup, that tables contest. Last time we were on pay-per-view. Mysterio's, it was a tough battle versus the Viking Raiders, as we mentioned, only lasted a few moments. They got the job done in the end, but it was a physical one. And now immediately coming into this World Tag Team Championship matchup tonight, they gotta be sharp, they gotta be quick-witted, they gotta have the ability to get the job done. We know they do, but can they outlast Dominik Dijakovic and Damian Priest? And of course, just the night before Extreme Rules, Damian Priest competed at Saturday night's main event, but of course that was a singles contest. He's had some extra time to heal, plus Dominik Dijakovic coming in completely 100% tonight. So when it comes to who's 100% and who's not, you gotta imagine the momentum is in the corner of Priest and Dijakovic. I'd say this is certainly an even matchup when it comes to momentum and tag team ability here. Both these teams really bringing it their all since the opening bell here tonight on Monday Night Raw. And again, still to come tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still in shock at the results of the Extreme Rules 5-man elimination challenge that took place on pay-per-view. Austin Theory able to outlast 4 other challengers, pinning the Rated R Superstar Edge in the final 2. And Austin Theory walking out of Extreme Rules the new WWE Champion. And of course, that man has had a lot of issues with John Cena ever since SummerSlam. Cena has defeated Austin Theory not once but twice. Theory's been at his neck ever since. And of course, on Saturday night's main event, John Cena defeated Edge in that one-on-one contest. So because of that victory, and of course all the issues between Cena and Theory, they have got themselves a one-on-one contest here tonight. And the WWE Championship will be on the line. They're looking to settle the score with each other and also fight it out for the gold. What a main event that is going to be coming up later tonight here on Monday Night Raw. Much more action to come as well as Damian Priest is in there with Rey Mysterio. Look at this, grabbing a hold, choke slam, going down with him immediately into the cover. And I smell new World Tag Team Champions here, but Rey Mysterio gets the shoulder up. Damian Priest pulling out one of his best maneuvers on the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. It's been quite some time since Damian Priest has held championship gold. He's a former NXT North American champion, former WWE United States champion. I'm sure Damian Priest is chomping at the bit to hold gold once again, as meanwhile Mysterio here, beautiful maneuver. And now a tag to his son Dominik. And on the other hand, Dominik Dijakovic yet to hold gold in his WWE career. I'm sure with Damian Priest by his side now, he's feeling more hungrier than ever to try to bring home some championship gold, and he wants that night to be tonight. Mysterio trying to make sure that doesn't happen here. Priest gets the shoulder up. Now Priest kicking up. Charge at Dominik. Both men coming swinging there. Both men fight in the air. And Damian Priest taking out Dominik Mysterio with that lariat to the back of the head. Now getting a full head of steam and possible knockout blow there by Priest. And what a match this has been. We're really getting into some deep waters in this contest for the World Tag Team Championships of the WWE. This is only your first championship match of 2 tonight. Coming to you live from the Music City in Nashville. Damian Priest continuing to work on Dominik Mysterio here. Priest looking good in this tag team matchup right now. And of course, as we mentioned multiple times tonight already, we are hot off the heels of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Another amazing pay-per-view in the books for us here on the Noah Nation Gaming YouTube channel. Be sure to check out the replay if you missed the live premiere. You'll see those matches that we discussed, the Mysterios versus the Viking Raiders, the 5-man elimination challenge for the WWE Championship. All-out chaos in that contest. And what about the downright brutal Falls Count Anywhere matchup between the 2 former members of RK Bro, Randy Orton and Riddle. Of course, we had Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred match as well. Every single championship was on the line, including the Cruiserweight Championship, which saw Ricochet taking on Santos Escobar in the ladder matchup. The WWE Women's Championship was on the line. Asuka defended against Bianca Belair and Shotzi in a triple threat contest. And then, of course, in one of the best wrestling matches we've seen here on Universe Mode, Pete Dunne, Finn Balor for the Intercontinental Championship, tearing off the roof in Seattle. It was an incredible matchup, or excuse me, an incredible card that night in Seattle. Of course, we also saw the return of the whole damn show. Rob Van Dam officially back here in the WWE. And we do have news regarding Rob Van Dam. He is going to be here on Monday Night Raw later tonight to take on the disciple of Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy. So Murphy looking to do what his messiah Seth Rollins couldn't at Extreme Rules, and that's defeat RVD. Another matchup signed for Monday Night Raw tonight, Murphy versus RVD. What a matchup that is going to be on an already stacked night of action here on Monday Night Raw. And Priest and Mysterio have been going at it the last number of moments here at the ringside area. Everything's always a little bit more dangerous out there. You gotta watch the surroundings. Dominik Mysterio crashing right into the hardest part of the ring there. Ribs first. It's an easy way to knock the wind out of you, or worse, break a rib. Mysterio's down. You see he's trying to crawl to the corner, but Priest cutting off the momentum there. As this match has really been in the favor of Damian Priest and Dominik Dijakovic the last few minutes here, and Damian Priest hit the lights on Mysterio. And Dominik may be down and out, and luckily his father's right there to break up the pinfall. And Damian Priest trying to get rid of Rey Mysterio, and he does. Meanwhile, Mysterio's still down in the ring. Priest headed up to the top rope. High risk, high reward, or high failure. Misses the elbow. Dominik Mysterio out of the way. And just like that, the momentum shifts back in the corner of the World Tag Team Champions. Priest is down. Dominik Mysterio's heading to the tippy top rope. Coming out here, cross body on his challenger. And it's now or never for the Mysterios to start building some momentum. Dominik took a lot of punishment the last few moments at the hands of Damian Priest, including that hit the lights maneuver. Able to survive it thanks to his father. But now, as we mentioned, now or never for the World Tag Team Champions to start mounting some big-time offense here. Referee's got to be sure this match doesn't break down. Dominik Dijakovic, Rey Mysterio in the ring. Ring's getting a little crowded, and it causes Dominik Dijakovic, referee accidentally going down there. Dominik Mysterio taking out Damian Priest. All-out chaos in this World Tag Team Championship matchup. You want to talk about being in deep waters, deep championship rounds here in your opening contest here tonight on Monday Night Raw. And Dominik able to crawl to the corner. We have a tag to Rey. Priest tags in Dijakovic. And we're at a standoff here. Both men charging at each other. Rey taking the knees out of Dijakovic. Dijakovic stays. Rey Mysterio shoots him off. I think we know what's coming. Break out the cell phones. Dial him up to 619. And Dominik Dijakovic getting to his feet real quick. I think he smelled a sense of urgency. Blood in the water here. And out of instinct, able to pop up and take Rey Mysterio off his feet. Oh, you just smell the championship aspirations from the challengers here tonight. Beautiful corkscrew. And now trying to sneak into the pinfall here. Mysterio getting the shoulder up. And what a big boot taking Rey Mysterio down. Oh, that 619 might have woke up Dominik Dijakovic. This guy is a rare breed. We know that for sure. Rey Mysterio trying to fight back. The World Tag Team Championships are at stake. Drop kick right to the eyes. Into the cover goes Rey. Will we see same tag team champions here? Dijakovic able to get out of the pinfall, and the knee drop once again takes Rey down. Now Rey battling back. The momentum shifting back and forth as Dominik Dijakovic takes it back, drops an elbow on Mysterio. Now look at this, gonna look to use his strength to his advantage over the smaller competitor. Sit-down powerbomb might have sent Rey Mysterio crashing through the canvas. Now Dijakovic's eyeing one half of the World Tag Team Champions here. I think we know what's coming. Hit the lights, or excuse me, feast your eyes. Dominik Dijakovic may have been the knockout blow. No, Rey Mysterio gets the shoulder up. You have got to be kidding me. From the top, Mysterio gets out of the way. Drop kick to the back. Oh man, what a matchup we are witnessing here on Monday Night Raw. Right from the top, frog splash on Dijakovic. into the cover. And the tag team championships remain with Dominik and Rey Mysterio. What an incredible tag team wrestling matchup to kick us off here in the Music City here tonight. Credit where it is due. In only their second outing as a tag team, Damian Priest and Dominik Dijakovic earning this World Tag Team Championship opportunity and did their best to take advantage to the fullest, but in the end, the certain team that has been on an absolute roll week after week, the gold is staying in the Mysterio household.
World Tag Team Champions, the team of Dominik and Rey Mysterio.
The list of victories for this team continues, but you gotta wonder who is gonna be the team that's gonna step up and take away the gold for Dominik and Rey. Because right now, it doesn't look like the Mysterios are slowing down anytime soon. They are atop the tag team division here in the WWE. We're back live here on Monday Night Raw, and Nashville is about to feel the glow because Naomi is back in action here tonight. The women's division has been hot and heavy as of late, especially coming off of that triple threat matchup at Extreme Rules where Asuka retained the WWE Women's Championship over Shotzi and Bianca Belair. But now it's time to determine a new challenger over the next couple of weeks. Every woman's looking to step up, including the goddess, Alexa Bliss.
And from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss returning to action a couple of weeks ago. She's been very successful ever since, but can she keep that momentum going against Naomi? Both these women former women's champions here in the WWE, and now that Asuka has put Bianca Belair and Shotzi behind her, you know the Empress of Tomorrow is going to be awaiting her next challenger. So who is going to step up, fight to the top of the mountain, become the #1 contender in these next couple of weeks, and be the next to challenge Asuka for the WWE Women's Championship? Every match matters, every win matters. We talk about it all the time here on Monday Night Raw. You're only as best as your last matchup, and the opportunities goes to those who get their hand raised. So let's see who's going to get their hand raised here tonight between Naomi and Alexa Bliss right here on Monday Night Raw. And we are hot off that World Tag Team Championship matchup. What a matchup that was to kick off Raw, and still to come tonight. Rob Van Dam is in action against his disciple Buddy Murphy, as well as, of course, in our main event, the WWE Championship of the World going to be on the line all day. Austin Theory defending the gold against the franchise, John Cena. All that and more still to come right here tonight on Monday Night Raw. As we take to the action inside of the ring, Naomi blocking Alexa Bliss there, and a nice enziguri by Naomi. As we mentioned, both these women, former multiple-time women's champions here in the WWE, both have the tools to get it done and possibly become the next #1 contender for the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. We just saw Asuka beat her not one but two top challengers in Bianca Belair and Shotzi. That woman looks ready for anybody who is anybody right now. As the women's division continues to grow over these last number of weeks, and just in recent history, we saw the additions of Casey Catanzaro and Doudrop. I'm sure more to come to the women's division. And all these women, as the division continues to get more and more competitive, looking to step up. Nice moonsault into the knees by Alexa Bliss, into the cover on Naomi. And Naomi able to get the shoulder up there. The goddess not sure what she's going to have to do to put the glow away tonight. Naomi going for that kick. Alexa sidesteps it, and a DDT crushing into the canvas. And that may have been a knockout blow, but Alexa Bliss has got something else in mind. Heading to the top rope. Twisted Bliss. And that may be all she wrote for Naomi. And to the victor goes the spoils. The goddess, Alexa Bliss. Gonna get her hand raised here tonight in Nashville, Tennessee on Monday Night Raw. Naomi bringing the fight to the goddess here tonight. Throwing a little bit of everything that she had at Alexa, but Alexa was on her A game as she's been ever since her return a couple of weeks ago. Another victory for the goddess. Could she be next in line for a future WWE Women's Championship opportunity against the Empress of Tomorrow? Alexa getting her hand raised. The momentum continues for the goddess. But as we mentioned, who is going to be the next to step up? Could it be Alexa Bliss or the competition elsewhere outrun the goddess? Well, the action continues here tonight on Monday Night Raw as we have a little bit of Cruiserweight action featuring Chad Gable, one half of American Alpha, taking on Drew Gulak. And a lot of the Cruiserweight division now looking to step up as Ricochet is going to be looking for his next challenger after retaining the Cruiserweight Championship of the World over Santos Escobar in that incredible ladder match at Extreme Rules. And we know Isaiah Swerve Scott, when he returns from injury, has himself a championship matchup. But after that, who is going to be up next? It could be one of these men, as Chad Gable, in an impressive victory, gets the job done over Drew Gulak here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Alpha Academy is a great tag team, but Chad Gable is an amazing singles competitor. Could he be next for a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity? On the other hand, Angel Garza, one half of Los Lotharios, set to go one-on-one with the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. And both these men have suffered defeat as of late, most notably for Shinsuke Nakamura last week on WWE Main Event, when he took a loss to the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre came out swinging, looking to build momentum towards Extreme Rules, and he did just that over the King of Strong Style. But as for Nakamura, the victor is himself here tonight on Monday Night Raw as Shinsuke builds momentum once again. Well, we are set for our next contest here on Monday Night Raw, and the Intercontinental Champion, the Cruiserweight, hot off the heels of Extreme Rules, is set for a grudge match against Jinder Mahal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 200.
Hey, wait a minute here.
WWE
Pete Dunne, watch behind you. Ladies and gentlemen, what the hell? Tommaso Ciampa? What the hell is Ciampa from NXT doing here on Monday Night Raw? And he's ambushing the Intercontinental Champion. Pete Dunne set for a matchup, a grudge matchup against the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, but he just got jumped on the top of the stage by the Scottish, or excuse me, not the Scottish psychopath, the psychopath of NXT, the Blackheart, Tommaso Ciampa. The hell is going on right now? Somebody, referee, get in there and get control of this situation. Pete Dunne is set for an in-ring competition. Tommaso Ciampa from NXT, shocking us all right now, and is issuing a beatdown on the Intercontinental Champion. What the hell is going on here tonight? Ciampa's beating the hell out of Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne is hot off Extreme Rules, defeating Finn Balor. Was looking to settle the score, with Jinder Mahal. I mean, after this beatdown, I don't know if he's going to be in any condition to compete here tonight. Oh, and Ciampa, what a right hand. Might have been a knockout blow, and Pete Dunne is just getting the shit beat out of him right now. And oh my God, what a clothesline. And yeah, finally, the referee gaining control. I don't know what to think of this, but the Blackheart from NXT, former NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa is here, and he just beat the hell out of the Intercontinental Champion. Well, unfortunately, after the chaos that just ensued, Pete Dunne not cleared to compete against Jinder Mahal tonight. So we're going to move on. The Disciple, Buddy Murphy, alongside his Messiah, Seth freaking Rollins, set to try to do what Rollins couldn't do at Extreme Rules, and that's pick up the victory over the whole damn show. Rob Van Dam right here tonight on Monday Night Raw.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, accompanied by Seth Rollins from Melbourne, Australia, weighing in at 213 pounds, Murphy!
Well, Seth Rollins takes the lead here tonight. We want to show you what happened at Extreme Rules. Again, it was Seth freaking Rollins challenging the returning Rob Van Dam to a one-on-one matchup this past Sunday. And RVD absolutely coming out swinging in that matchup. Seth Rollins held his own, but unfortunately for him, it only took Rob Van Dam just a couple of minutes. He's able to knock off Seth freaking Rollins. There you see the 5-star frog splash from the heavens. RVD walking out of Seattle with his hand raised on that night. And Seth Rollins, who's been just try to get back in the winning ways and rebuild momentum after a summer of losses to Mustafa Ali. Picked up a victory a couple of weeks ago on Raw against Shinsuke Nakamura, but Seth Rollins coming up short at Extreme Rules over Rob Van Dam. And you would think Rollins is set for action tonight over RVD. Of course, he's always got to take the spotlight away from his disciple Murphy, and Murphy's not got the best attitude of anybody. Hell, he hangs around Rollins, but he's certainly a hell of an athlete, former Cruiserweight champion. I think the spotlight deserves to be on that man alone. But regardless, here comes the opponent.
And his opponent from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam.
The whole... I gotta let the crowd tell you right, the whole damn show, Rob Van Dam returned at Extreme Rules in the most winning of ways, and now is returning to Monday Night Raw before our very eyes. Mr. Monday Night, back inside the red and black ring. Set to go one-on-one with the disciple Murphy here tonight. This is gonna be a hell of a matchup from Nashville, Tennessee. Seth Rollins pissed off at the loss of that man right there, looking to send his disciple to do his bidding against the former WWE Champion, the former ECW Champion, the former Intercontinental Champion, multiple-time Tag Team Champion, former Hardcore Champion, Mr. Money in the Bank. RVD's got a list of accolades a mile long. A lot of moments here on Monday Night Raw. Will we see another tonight in his return to Raw over Murphy? As we get set with this matchup, and in moments right after this contest, we're going to take a closer look at our main event, Austin Theory and John Cena for the WWE Championship. That is coming up shortly here on Monday Night Raw. But the focus is inside the squared circle right now as the Rob Van Dam is taking it to the disciple. And Seth Rollins again pissed off at the loss to RVD, sending his disciple to do his bidding to try to one-up RVD here tonight. And Buddy Murphy, we talk about him being in the shadows of Seth Rollins. Even in the entrance, Seth Rollins has got to be the man. You'd think Seth Rollins is coming out here to take on RVD, but of course Murphy's in there tonight. And Murphy knows how to get it done inside the ring. He's a former Cruiserweight champion, former multiple-time tag team champions. One of those reigns coming with Seth Rollins. But after Murphy's exit from the WWE a while ago, he returned to the WWE under Seth Rollins yet again. In fact, it was Seth Rollins that brought Murphy back to the WWE all those months ago. Which is the reason Murphy seemingly sticks by the side of Seth Rollins. He appreciates the fact that he got him back under the WWE umbrella, but Seth Rollins, in my eyes, takes advantage of that sometimes. But regardless, Murphy's still in there and willing to do the work for his disciple, or excuse me, for his Messiah, Seth Rollins. And Murphy just looking to put the hurt on Rob Van Dam tonight. I'm sure it just isn't about getting a hand raised, but I'm sure he's got strict orders from his Messiah to do a number on Mr. Monday Night. Murphy, nice shot to RVD. First time ever matchup going down right now. The legend, Hall of Famer Rob Van Dam has returned to Monday Night Raw. RVD's had so many moments over the years, so many big time matches over the years here on Raw. Ladder matches over the years and championship victories here on Monday Night. RVD, a legend of the game, a Hall of Famer already, but he's back in the WWE to add to that Hall of Fame career, add to that list of accolades, and is back to take on all the new competition that he hasn't faced since being gone. RVD's been away from the WWE since 2014. In fact, his last match took place against Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw back in 2014. So these men do have some history, Drew Rollins and RVD. As we mentioned for Murphy, this is the first time meeting RVD inside of the ring, but RVD could be looking to put the final exclamation point on this match. 5-star frog splash, but Murphy got the knees up. He may have just broken a rib of RVD, cautioning the win every time he goes up high for the 5-star, but Murphy had it scouted. He was watching that matchup closely at Extreme Rules, saw his leader take the 5-star frog splash. Murphy doing his homework, making sure he doesn't suffer the same fate here tonight. You notice in the corner, Rollins throwing that steel chair in the ring. Well, that's for Murphy to use, or just to try to take the referee's eye off the ball so Rollins can stick his hand in this matchup. I'm sure remains to be seen, but RVD is looking good right now. Look at this. Oh, beautiful maneuver, sunset flip. Went for the pinfall, but Murphy rolling out of it already. Now RVD is feeling it here in his return to Monday Night Raw. Wait a minute, Seth Rollins taking the eye off the ball for the Mr. Monday Night the whole damn show. And RVD's got to pay attention here because the Disciple coming from behind and taking momentum back in this one-on-one contest. Luckily, the referee getting rid of that steel chair. Well, RVD ain't afraid of that. He's made his return at a pay-per-view that he made famous, Extreme Rules. A term that RVD knows very well. He knows how to use those steel chairs. He ain't afraid of it. But Murphy on the other hand, wait a minute. Murphy's got the feet on the ropes, trying to steal the win from RVD here. RVD getting the shoulder up. Referee didn't see that Murphy had the feet on the ropes, so luckily RVD still's got some life left in him in this contest. Oh, he's in a precarious situation here, and Murphy dropping RVD spine first in the hardest part of the ring. You want to talk about offensive maneuvers done correctly. Murphy came out with a blueprint here tonight, and he is executing it to perfection. But there's RVD. Smells blood in the water, trying to fight back before it's too late. Murphy down, or excuse me, coming back up now. RVD back inside the ring, wants to take this fight in the squared circle. Now grabbing a hold, sends Murphy for a ride there. RVD looking good. And tries to go behind, but Murphy's doing his homework. Multiple times in this matchup, reversing RVD's maneuvers. Now RVD may be in trouble here as Murphy's got him with that brain buster. And the Disciple could be closing in on a victory over Mr. Monday Night, but RVD catches the kick and delivers one of his own. Classic spinning heel kick for Mr. Monday Night. And RVD, nice spear in the corner. You want to talk about a classic maneuver? RVD takes him out again. Rob Van Dam looking good. Seth Rollins not going to be happy with what he sees. Murphy is down and out and in a predicament right now as Van Dam's heading back up to the top. 5-star, but no, Murphy's get the knees up again. Second time in the contest, and RVD's going to be in trouble here. Murphy goes for the kick. RVD catches it. Enziguri by the Disciple. RVD trying to reverse. Nice shot there by the whole damn show. He's got the bigger competitor on his shoulders here. Nice maneuver. And RVD hitting the ropes. Rolling Thunder. And now Van Dam. Will the third time be the charm? 5-star frog splash. Into the cover. Seth Rollins eats your heart out because Rob Van Dam picks up the victory yet again. 2-0 since his return to the WWE. The whole damn show is hotter than ever in his return to Monday Night Raw. You gotta give credit where it's due. The Disciple Murphy putting up a fight, but this night belongs to that man. You know Seth Rollins ain't gonna take this loss lightly. You know he's gonna come back for more, and in his mind, he's got a score to settle with the whole damn show. Rollins can be disappointed all he wants, but as for Nashville and Monday Night Raw here this evening, the night belongs to the whole damn show. Rob Van Dam is back, and what is next for Mr. Monday Night here on Raw? Breaking news regarding our next Universe Mode pay-per-view, Judgment Day. A WWE Championship Eliminator is going to take place over the next couple of weeks, and the finals are going to take place on pay-per-view. In 2 weeks' time, Mustafa Ali is going to go one-on-one for the first time ever with the man you just saw in that ring, Rob Van Dam. But next week here on Raw, the Eliminator kicks off with the Apex Predator Randy Orton taking on an old rival in the Scottish Psychopath, Drew McIntyre. The issues between John Cena and Austin Theory have continued to escalate week after week. Ever since losing to John Cena on back-to-back nights, Theory has made it his mission to conquer the franchise once and for all. The last number of weeks, the brawls have ensued on multiple occasions between these two competitors, and last Sunday night at Extreme Rules, they were 2 of 5 men competing in the Elimination Challenge for the WWE Championship. Things came down to Austin Theory and Edge when Theory shocked the world and walked away as the new WWE Champion. But because of John Cena's win over Edge on Saturday night's main event, he has been granted a one-on-one match with Theory, not only to settle the score, but to battle for the championship once again. It's the long-awaited SummerSlam rematch, but this time the stakes couldn't be any higher. Who is leaving the Music City holding the most prestigious prize in the business today? Find out right now!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
It is main event time from the Music City. Nashville, Tennessee plays host to match number 2 in the John Cena Austin Theory rivalry. This time around, the most prestigious prize in the business today, the WWE Championship of the World, is on the line. And what has been an exciting weekend for all involved in the WWE. Saturday night's main event, Extreme Rules, now here tonight on Raw. Nobody has had a busier weekend than this man right here. The franchise John Cena picked up the victory on Saturday night's main event against then WWE Champion, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Of course, it was a non-title matchup, but Cena getting the job done and getting his hand raised in Portland on that night. Of course, at Extreme Rules, John Cena was one of 5 men in the 5-man elimination challenge for the WWE title. Of course, Cena, came up short. But in the end, Austin Theory and the Rated R Superstar Edge are final 2 in that contest. And I am still in shock at the result. But all day, Austin Theory walking away for the first time in his career as the WWE Champion. Cena, of course, with that win over Edge on Saturday night's main event, earning this opportunity tonight. A chance to settle the score with Austin Theory and also walk away with the WWE Championship. And here comes the man of the hour, the brand new WWE Champion. We called him the future of the WWE, but now that the gold is on the waist of that man, I think it's apropos to say that he is the now face of the WWE. All day, Austin Theory. I still cannot believe these words. Your new WWE Champion. And Theory, suffering losses back-to-back nights to John Cena. First at SummerSlam, then in a tag team matchup the next night on Raw. Ever since then, Theory's been at the neck of John Cena, trying to take him out, put him on the shelf, and get him out of his way. Cena looking to settle the score against Austin Theory for the attacks. Theory wants to settle the score against John Cena and finally prove that he can defeat the franchise. So these two men with their own personal vendettas, but what lies between them is the gold around Austin Theory's waist here tonight. There's a big fight feel on what has been an incredible night here on Monday Night Raw. The WWE Championship is on the line in a rare occurrence in your Raw main event. It's Austin Theory versus John Cena, one-on-one from the Music City. Let's get it started.
Introducing the challenger from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, John Cena! And introducing the champion from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, Austin Theory.
Austin Theory defending the championship for the very first time, but will night 1 as champion be the only night as champion? Could Theory's first defense be holding the championship and handing it over for the very first and last time? This is a very interesting main event matchup we have on deck for you. A lot of writing between these two men and the gold that is at stake. But it is time for your main event. The bell has sounded and we are underway. Cena, Theory, WWE Championship. And of course, the news that we found out before this matchup, starting next week here on Monday Night Raw, the WWE Championship Eliminator going to take place. 4 men with momentum as of late and victories in the win column. Randy Orton, RVD, Drew McIntyre, Mustafa Ali, those 4 men going to compete in a bit of a mini tournament to decide who is going to be the next challenger, or I should say a future challenger for the WWE Championship, whether that be Austin Theory, John Cena, or whoever will challenge for the championship at Judgment Day. But of course, next week it's going to be Drew McIntyre taking on Randy Orton, in the first matchup in the Eliminator 2 weeks from now. It's going to be Mustafa Ali taking on Rob Van Dam in the second match of the Eliminator. And the winners of those two matches are going to move on to Judgment Day, fight one-on-one in a #1 contenders contest. From there, we will determine a future challenger for the WWE Championship. So, a lot of opportunity rolling around in the WWE right now for all four of those men who have been nothing short of successful as of late. Mustafa Ali, the only one who has got a loss in recent history. Of course, that came at Extreme Rules, but the track record of Ali, definitely in the win column, win-to-loss ratio. Mustafa Ali knows how to get his hand raised here on Raw. Speaking of Mustafa Ali, what about last week here on Raw when he picked up the victory over that man in the ring right there, John Cena? So definitely all four of those men, when you like the actions of some of them, a.k.a. Randy Orton or not, deserving to be in that Eliminator. But only one man's going to be a future challenger for the WWE Championship. So they're going to be Orton, McIntyre, RVD, or Ali. We're going to find that out over the next couple of weeks into the Judgment Day pay-per-view. And of course, we have our WWE Championship match on deck right now. But who is going to be the man defending the WWE Championship at Judgment Day? Austin Theory or John Cena? And from what I understand, next week here on Monday Night Raw, we're going to find out who the #1 contender is and who will challenge for the WWE Championship at the Judgment Day pay-per-view. So a lot of interesting news and exciting matchups coming up next week on Raw, leading into our next Universe Mode pay-per-view, Judgment Day, which is already looking like it's going to be an extraordinary event. The finals of the Eliminator plus a WWE Championship match going to be signed for that pay-per-view. It's all going to kick off next week, but we focus on the here and the now, and as the issues between John Cena and Austin Theory. Again, for Theory, his issue with John Cena has been not one but two losses. Theory wanted to prove that he was the future face of the WWE. He called out John Cena well before SummerSlam. John Cena accepted, made his return at the biggest party of the summer, and knocked off Austin Theory. What was a great matchup, and Austin Theory really didn't have nothing to be ashamed of on that night. He took the fight to John Cena, just in the end, John Cena was the better man. And of course, the next night on Monday Night Raw, we had ourselves the tag team matchup between John Cena and the Rated R Superstar Edge on one side of the ring, Austin Theory and a tag team partner of his choosing, which ended up being the Colossal Omos on the other end of the ring. Of course, on that night, John Cena and Edge picking up the tag team victory over Theory and Omos. So Austin Theory suffering back-to-back losses to John Cena there. And ever since then, Austin Theory attacking John Cena, trying to take out the franchise. Kind of started with that after John Cena had a matchup on Main Event over the Colossal Omos. Cena picked up the win on that night, Theory jumping him afterwards, laying him out, which then led us to a matchup on Monday Night Raw, which saw Austin Theory take on Mustafa Ali. John Cena sticking his nose in that match, delivering a chair shot to Theory, really up in the ante. Talk about wanting revenge and laying out Theory on that night, kind of aiding Mustafa Ali in victory on Monday Night Raw. And then last week here on Raw, Cena in the main event set to go one-on-one with Ali, but as Cena was making his way to the ring, Austin Theory running down the aisle, attacking John Cena from behind, issuing a beatdown on the franchise. Cena was able to fend him off after a few moments, but still, the attack and the damage was done. And Mustafa Ali ended up defeating John Cena. And hell, Cena already could have had a little damage done because of that attack from Theory. As Cena here is looking to get a little payback, 5-knuckle shuffle on Austin Theory. And Cena going into the cover. Are we going to see a new WWE Champion here 17 times? Not just yet. Theory getting the shoulder up, but that is the writing on this contest for John Cena and Austin Theory, the issues over the last month. And of course, both men were in the ring with each other at Extreme Rules. And Austin Theory outlasting John Cena in that matchup. Cena was eliminated by Edge. Austin Theory made it down to the final two with the Rated R Superstar and ended up walking out with the WWE Championship on that night. Austin Theory, call him what you wish. He may be the luckiest man in the world, or he may be the future of the WWE. We talk about it every time Theory's in the ring. He may be cocky, he may be arrogant. He may not know when to shut his mouth. But he certainly has all the tools to get it done from bell to bell, and he's proven that in the past. And sure, he hasn't gotten the job done over John Cena just yet. Hell, tonight could be that night. Only time will tell. But Theory's, at the end of the day, is the man with the gold right now, is the face of the WWE as its champion. It's time to prove that and prove his worth here tonight on Raw. Theory laying out Cena there. Could be looking for the count-out victory. As talented as Theory is, I don't put it past him to look for a count-out or any kind of way to get the job done in this contest. Any means necessary for all-day Theory. Cena now continuing the fight on the outside of the ring, and Theory going face first. Right down on the floor, and Cena issuing the beatdown. This is more than just about the WWE Championship for John Cena tonight. Of course he wants to walk away with his 17th world title in the WWE. Of course John Cena wants to do so. But he also wants payback on Austin Theory. Again, for not one, but two beatdowns issued over the last month. Cena may have evened the odds a little bit a few weeks ago here on Raw with that chair shot, but the ante was up last week on Raw, and of course with Theory walking out as the WWE Championship, I'm sure Cena felt a little extra disappointment, a little more of a sting at Extreme Rules. Theory back into the ring, Cena taking him down. Oh, and Theory going for the pump kick. Cena blocks it, goes behind. Cena gonna use his strength, picking up Theory here. And slamming him down to the canvas below. And Austin Theory eyeing up Cena. Where's Theory going? Theory's next to the announce table here. Theory was trying to exit through the timekeeper's area. I think he's trying to sneak up on Cena here. Theory can't put it past him. They're trying to use mind games and cheap tactics in this matchup over Cena. And Cena going right after Austin Theory. Cena's been in there with some of the best, if not all of the best. Cena's had some amazing moments and matches right here on Monday Night Raw. Remember the 1 hour classic with Shawn Michaels in 2007? When Cena got drafted to Monday Night Raw in 2005. Go back to the year 2007 as well. John Cena was basically the WWE champion from January all the way up until an injury that cost Cena the gold. Cena is one of the faces of Monday Night Raw over the years, but Austin Theory trying to become the next face of Monday Night Raw. And Theory's beating down Cena on the outside here, and I'm sure now that Cena's down, Theory could be looking for a count-out victory, and an axe hammer takes down the franchise. And Theory back into the ring. Of course, the count's going to break. Cena back out there. Theory's following him. Now Theory go for the clothesline, but Cena with the hip toss on the outside of the ring. Man, like Theory or not, that's going to hurt like hell. WWE Championship match continues here. Nice belly-to-belly suplex. Cena going for the kick. Theory with the counter and corkscrews that knee. And Cena fighting back. Back and forth we go in this brawl on the outside of the ring here. And Cena throwing Theory right into the announce table. The brawl continues on. All for the opportunity to walk out of Nashville tonight with the WWE Championship. Cena's down again. Theory rushing back to the ring. I believe Theory's looking for that count-out victory over John Cena. Maybe Theory's in his own head. Maybe he believes that he can't beat John Cena. Again, 2 losses to the franchise. This match has been going for about 10 minutes or so. Theory yet to put John Cena away. About 10-12 minutes was the length of their SummerSlam matchup. Maybe Theory's in his own head. Maybe he believes deep down, whether he wants to admit it or not, that he can't beat John Cena 1, 2, 3. Maybe he feels he's got to pull some underhanded tactics to be able to defeat the franchise here tonight. You hate to see it. And Austin Theory's got all the tools to get it done inside of the ring, but you talk about the cockiness and the arrogance and the mind games that Theory plays sometimes, and I don't put it past him to look for a win like that. But then you see him pull out shooting star presses, and you clearly see that this man's got the talent in the ring. And now John Cena's in a predicament, and Cena could be out for the count. Austin Theory into the cover. Is Theory going to defeat John Cena here? And no, Cena gets the shoulder up, and Theory's got to be thinking after that, what the hell do I got to do to put Cena away? This is the 3rd night in a row John Cena's in action inside of that ring. It was a hellacious 15-minute matchup with Edge on. So wait a minute. Austin Theory, this is a singles matchup. This is not no DQ. Theory's going under the ring to grab a chair. Cena, however, making sure Theory can't pull any trickery with that steel chair. Oh, and Theory with a cheap shot there, and that chair may have just been there for distraction. And Cena's down. He's got to be feeling the punishment. As we mentioned, a 15-minute back and forth classic with Edge on Saturday night's main event that he walked out the victor of. Of course, as a member of that 5-man elimination challenge, running my Theory off the pump kick. Is this going to be all? No, Cena gets the shoulder up again. Now Theory heading back outside of the ring. Cena is dazed. He's got to be feeling the damage, feeling the punishment. Now Theory's going under the ring again. I can't imagine what the WWE Champion is looking for. He's pulling out a damn kendo stick. Cena again trying to make sure. Oh, Cena with a shot with that kendo stick. Referee's discretion. It looks like he's going to let this one go. He knows the WWE Championship's on the line. He knows the trickery Theory tries to pull. He knows Cena's just trying to watch himself in this matchup. Looks like ref's going to let that one go. I don't expect that it'll happen again here. But the opportunity that's on the line, referee giving a little leeway to these competitors right now. To make sure this WWE Championship matchup doesn't end in disqualification. Nobody here in Nashville nor watching around the world wants to see that. And Theory again with that shooting star press. A move that young man has perfected. And Cena's down, and Theory again is going back to the outside. And now he's headed towards the timekeeper's area. Cena coming at him. Oh, Theory, I believe, was just goating him in there. Theory just goating John Cena in and takes him down. And Cena's down and out. Where the hell is Austin Theory headed? He's got his eyes on the franchise yet again. Austin Theory is just trying to beat the hell out of John Cena here. Oh, wait a minute. No, not on the outside of the ring. Going for a powerbomb. Cena countering, though. Avoiding disaster right there. But still, the brawl here on the outside continues. This is not good for either man, whether you like Austin Theory or not. As Cena into the barricade. Cena's down. Wait a minute. Austin Theory again grabbing that chair, and now he's headed into the ring. And Cena could be risking count out, but for some reason, Theory has brought that steel chair inside the square circle. Cena back in, and Theory catches him with a drop kick. Referee getting rid of that chair. Theory again heading to the outside. And whatever Theory's plan is here, whether it's to get himself disqualified or distract the referee or simply frustrate John Cena, can't really tell if it's working or not, but Cena's going after Theory here. You know Cena wants to win this match fair or square. Cena can't win this match on a count out or disqualification. By technical terms, he can win, but he will not be leaving with the WWE Championship. And John Cena does not want to let this match an opportunity slip away from him. It ain't just about, as we mentioned, the WWE Championship tonight. It's about revenge over Austin Theory. As Theory is once again grabbing that damn steel chair. The kendo stick still in the ring. Austin Theory's trying to go after Cena. Cena tackling him down here. Go for the AA. No, Theory counters. The brawl continues in the corner. Cena grabbing a hold. Look at this Hurricane Rana from the franchise. Cena trying to put away Theory, trying to pull out different maneuvers in the arsenal. Theory's dazed. John Cena, however, could be looking for that "you can't see me" 5-knuckle shuffle yet again. While Theory getting to his feet, Cena knew to stop instead of stopping himself in his tracks. An elbow shot there. Why the hell does Austin Theory... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at this. Referee taking the kendo stick away from Austin Theory, trying to make sure this match is smooth sailing there. Oh, and Cena slapping some respect into the young man. Theory, though, counters. Neck breaker to the franchise. And Cena is down. Austin Theory's got to... He better put this match away soon, because the more trickery he tries to pull, Cena's just going to get more frustrated. And I don't know if that's what Theory wants or not. Theory may think that's what's going to aid him, as a frustrated Cena, but I think a pissed off, motivated, frustrated Cena is going to run over Austin Theory, especially how late we are in this contest with the WWE Championship on the line. Man, it's been an amazing night here on Monday Night Raw, a chaotic night to say the least. An awesome World Tag Team Championship matchup to kick us off. The Mysterios walking out still with the gold. Pete Dunne was set for a matchup against Jinder Mahal. Unfortunately for him, the surprise debut to the main roster of NXT's Tommaso Ciampa, ambushing the Intercontinental Champion, laying him out on the stage and here in the ring, sending a message, presumably that he's heading for the gold. Now Austin Theory and John Cena battling out in this WWE Championship main event. We got to be nearing 20 minutes if we haven't hit it already. These guys are absolutely got to be hitting exhaustion at this point. Got to kick it into that another gear. They want to walk out with the WWE Championship. Theory with that second rope elbow right to the sternum of John Cena here. And Cena's dazed. Theory. Oh, and another knockout shot to Cena. What does Austin Theory have in mind? Once again, grabbing a hold. Could be looking. TKO. Straight to ATL. And I don't know if Cena's going to be able to get out of that move again in this contest. He does. How the hell is John Cena still in this matchup? You think about the exhaustion that's got to be setting in after three straight nights of action, for John Cena, and how deep we are in this contest. But Cena is still in this fight. He's gone the distance before. He's been in this situation before. Main event lights are no pressure for the franchise. Get a little of this. 5 knuckle shuffle. And are we going to see a new WWE Champion? Moment of truth here, but Theory gets the shoulder up. And the match continues for the WWE Championship. And I think Cena's eyeing up Theory. He knows it's AA now or never. Oh, Theory with the counter. Oh, and Theory again. What a shot to the franchise player. And Cena's dazed. Austin Theory's got him up one more time. TKO. All day Austin Theory into the cover. And the third time is a charm. Wow, what a matchup in this main event. Austin Theory tried playing games, tried playing trickery and distraction, but in the end, he had to just go to his arsenal and pull out of his best maneuvers to defeat John Cena here tonight. Austin Theory gets the win he's been searching for, and the WWE Championship, whether we like it or not, remains with that young man right there. And it's got to be a disappointing loss after a hard-fought weekend for John Cena. What is going to be next for the franchise? He fails to take home the WWE Championship tonight, and he fails to get his revenge over Austin Theory. But it's been an amazing night here on Monday Night Raw. Thank you so much for joining us from the Music City, and we'll see you on WWE Main Event. Good night, everybody.
Face on when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise if you hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'm a